This episode of the Restoration Today podcast is brought to you by Core Group. Learn how to become a Core member today. Core is the fastest growing contractor group in North America, offering world-class networking opportunities, unparalleled sales and marketing expertise, while being part of a mastermind community that will grow your organization to new heights. Learn more by visiting us at gowithcore.com/membership. Hello, restorers. Welcome back to the Restoration Today podcast. I feel like I start all of these podcasts the same, so I need to find a new phrase to intro these out. But welcome back to the show. I'm glad that you are here joining us for another conversation. I love bringing industry pros into the room to talk about different things going on in the industry. And today we're going back north of the border. I have a repeat guest with me. So I have Ji Yoon from Canstar Restorations. He is the CEO. He was on the show late last year talking about the major growth that his company has been going through, and they just made another acquisition within the last month or so with Lydale Restoration. So there's just a lot going on, and G is a great person also to talk about the landscape of what's going on in Canada. I think I know that the landscape up there is a little bit different from the US, and we have readers in both areas. So I love to kind of bring it all together and see what kind of pain points we share and what kind of opportunities we also share and what's different, those kind of things. So G, thank you very much for being here. I am going to toss it over to you to kind of intro yourself and share a little bit about Canstar.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. It's truly an honor once again to be here with you and your listeners today on cleaning and restoration. It was also very nice having to meet you and the CNR marketing team at the recent RIA 2024 conference down in Dallas, Texas. So
Yes,
that was a treat.
it was.
So as you mentioned, I'm President and CEO of Canstar Group of Companies. We are now a group of five restoration companies, and I'm very excited today to dive into some exciting growth updates at Canstar Restorations and introduce a couple of new companies into our Canstar family since we last spoke, and hopefully offer some useful perspectives to your audience. So since our last discussion, Michelle, Canstar has achieved some remarkable growth, highlighted by the back-to-back acquisitions of Universal Restoration and Lydale Restoration, just over 6 months apart. This strategic move has expanded our operations significantly, making us the leading restoration provider in Western Canada, with a footprint of 18 branches and with over 400 restoration professionals today. The recent acquisitions not only increase our reach, but also enhances our service capabilities, offering more opportunities for professional growth to our team members and enabling us to better service our clients across various industries. The integration of Universal and Lydale's expertise with our robust infrastructure positions us very strongly against larger competitors and sets a stage for continued success and innovation. So just a quick recap, Universal Restoration, which we acquired in September of 2023. This acquisition added 4 new branches into our footprint: Prince George, Smithers, Terrace, and Quesnel, expanding our presence in northern British Columbia. They are highly regarded as the preferred restoration contractor in northern BC, and Universal's experienced team has bolstered our service capability and enhancing our ability to serve both existing and new customers more effectively throughout northern British Columbia. And now, more recently, on May 1st, we announced the acquisition of Lydale Property Restoration. Lydale's acquisition extended our reach into our neighboring province of Alberta and Saskatchewan, adding offices in Edmonton, Calgary, Regina, and Saskatoon. Lydale has over 46 years of restoration experience, Michelle. Lydale is renowned for its quality in the full spectrum of fire and flood restoration services. So ultimately, this merger has enriched our expertise and service offerings across the full spectrum of restoration services, creating a powerhouse in the restoration industry across Western Canada. And what this really comes down to is, our new competitive advantage in this new chapter. Combining the strengths of Universal and Lydale with Canstar's existing operations has really amplified our capabilities. We now offer a broader range of high-quality services backed by a wealth of expertise and a robust regional network with coverage across 3 Western provinces and working within our 18 branches. So this extensive network allows us to respond swiftly to our ever-changing client needs across multiple provinces and in any type of weather-related or CAT event, providing comprehensive restoration services by tapping into our over 400 restoration professionals. And also the integration of these companies also enables us to share resources and expertise across regions, particularly during catastrophic events or CAT events, and ensuring a more robust and agile response when needed. And in terms of client leverage now, as the largest restoration company in the middle tier market, we now have leverage to secure business from clients who previously overlooked us due to lack of footprint or capacity. Our expanded presence aligns now with the regional and national consolidation trends of our clients, making us the go-to provider in Western Canada. So we now have a broader client base that we can service. Our increased footprint and enhanced capabilities allows us to cater to a wider range of clients now, Michelle, including insurance adjusters, brokers, strata, property management, institutional, healthcare, and the list goes on. So we can now really cover the entire spectrum of different industries. So this diversification really strengthens our market position and reduces our dependency on any one single client segment. So our goal really is to provide seamless, comprehensive restoration services across the 3 Western provinces by combining Lydale and Universal's local expertise with our existing infrastructure here at head office, providing with the support to ensure consistent, high-quality service delivery. And for our internal team members, this merger creates more opportunities for internal job transfers now. We've already seen a couple go through, and professional growth across our 18 offices across 3 Western provinces. This not only benefits our employees, but it also enhances our service quality as a well-developed team is better equipped, obviously, to meet our ever-changing client demands. So in summary, the acquisitions of Universal Restoration and Lydale Restoration have significantly bolstered our competitive advantage, expanded our geographical reach across Western Canada, and enhanced our ability to meet the increasing demands of our clients. We are now better positioned to offer a comprehensive, high-quality restoration suite of services across the region and really solidifying our status as the premier provider in our industry.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So as you're growing and seeing more of the industry as you acquire more companies across different provinces and in different areas, what are some of the big trends you're seeing in restoration in Canada?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Michelle. And the Canadian restoration industry, much like our counterparts in the US, Canada continues to experience significant consolidation and growth. It's driven by the aging demographics of ownership groups and the absence of family succession, which really adds fuel to strategic acquisitions and increasing demand for a comprehensive platform that's proven and solid game plan to execute. So here are some key highlights into the current landscape. So we are continuing to see a trend towards consolidation, Michelle. Over the past decade, there has been marked trend towards consolidation within the industry. Larger players are acquiring regional companies to expand their footprint and streamline operations and achieve synergies that way. I was already seeing this when I was CFO at Onsite Restoration in 2015. Um, this consolidation trend really aims to leverage shared resources and broaden service portfolios, ultimately catering to a wider client base to get a bigger piece of that pie that we're all chasing. There is an increased interest from either private equity or other larger restoration players in the U.S. I've had several discussions with some potential partners in the U.S. already, and RIA is a great venue for that. The resilience of the restoration industry, characterized by recurring revenue streams and consistent demand, especially due to climate change-induced events, makes our industry a very attractive investment to private equity firms or strategic corporates that want to expand up into Canada. These firms are increasingly interested in investing in the restoration industry and ultimately capitalize on its growth potential. And this trend will not stop. I think uh, from what I'm seeing and based on my discussions with various potential investors or partners, is very bullish. And heading into 2025, Michelle, I think we're going to see a lot more activity that way. Some other trends that we're seeing up here as well is meeting the increased client-centric demands, who are increasingly becoming more technology savvy. So in order to service and penetrate a broader client base, our increased footprint and enhanced capabilities allows Canstar Group of companies to cater to a wider range of clients now. As I said, insurance adjusters, brokers, strata, institutional, and then some. This diversification strengthens our market position and reduces our dependency on any one single client segment.
Mm.
Um, we're seeing more and more sort of an all-in-one house comprehensive service offerings. Canstar Group aims to provide seamless, comprehensive restoration services across Western Canada and by combining the local expertise of our acquired companies, Michelle, with its existing infrastructure and our head office support, that is how Canstar ensures consistent, high-quality service delivery. And really, the agility and effectiveness, we're seeing this trend in terms of improved cycle times. We're obviously seeing, continued pressures on XA line items and pricing. So this integration allows for greater agility and effectiveness in responding to clients' ever evolving needs, whether it's local incident or regional disaster. So the expanded team and the resources are really equipped to handle a lot more basket or a wider basket of challenges more efficiently. So I think that sort of summarizes some of the major trends I've seen in the Canadian landscape, Michelle.
Okay, and so then kind of flip side, those were trends. So let's talk about pain points. Is there anything that contractors are struggling with? Like in the US, it's kind of been a slow weather year. I mean, there really weren't big weather events for us in 2023. And so I think we're kind of riding that. Some restores are busy and others are a little bit twiddling their thumbs. So what kind of pain points are you seeing?
Absolutely. I think we're all at the end of the day fighting the same battle up here in Canada. So let's hit it. So impact of global climate change. Our climate system today is in a continuous state of flux. As it adapts to its new state of normal, whatever that's going to be.
Hmm.
But global climate change continues to create adverse weather patterns causing some unpredictable demand spikes, right, Michelle?
Yep.
Transforming traditional cycles into periods of like really intense demand, really sporadic, which puts a large strain on resources, right? And challenges rapid response capabilities. We've been hearing terms in the news about atmospheric rivers or lakes, and polar vortexes, and heat domes, and bomb cyclones, and the list goes on and on and on, right?
Yep.
The other pain point that we're seeing is cost and pricing pressures. With the recent inflation trend, interest rate uncertainty, volatile pricing, supply chain disruptions, and labor shortages. They're all sort of collectively increasingly putting upward pressure on our operational costs, affecting our overall job profitability and ultimately project timelines. So in short, costs tend to go up, but rarely go down. The other pain point that we continually face and is top of mind, especially with our HR group, is talent acquisition and retention. There is a pronounced talent shortage in skilled trade sector, making it very challenging to find and train and retain skilled professionals, right? And additionally, on top of that, the adoption of technology in the restoration industry requires professionals not only to be proficient at both hands-on restoration work, but also technology tools. So, tools like PSA, DocuSketch, JOC Analytics, Matterport, Encircle Hydro or Encircle, to name just a few of the technology tools that we utilize here at the Canstar Group and that we leverage off when we acquire new companies. So we want to hire and train and retain the best people, but also give them the state-of-the-art technology tools so that we can meet our ever-changing client demands. So in conclusion, the Canadian restoration industry, Michelle, is poised for some continuous growth and transformation. It's driven by strategic acquisitions and a focus on expanding capabilities and geographic reach. Canstar's recent acquisitions of Universal Restoration and Lydale Restoration exemplifies this trend, enhancing the company's competitive advantage and an ability to meet the increasing demands of our clients across Western Canada. And despite these challenges, such as climate change impacts, cost pressures, and talent shortages, Canstar's strategic approach to growth and our robust operational framework positions us for resiliency for future success in this ever-evolving Canadian restoration landscape. So we continue to remain bullish on future acquisition growth, and we will continue to penetrate into Western Canada.
That was quite a list of companies that you listed off there, that your technology partners and stuff. That was a great list. I love that. So, and they would
Thank
be
you, thank
thrilled
you.
for the plugs as well. So that was a good
Yeah,
suite of
yeah.
companies you mentioned there.
Yeah, well, I was talking to all of them at RIA in Dallas, so hopefully they'll appreciate the plugs.
Yes, for sure. Okay, my favorite question of every podcast that I use to kind of wrap things up is to ask people to share a favorite story. It could be from a job, it could be a favorite moment that you've had as a leader of the company, something to do with the culture, whatever that may be. But I would love for you to share kind of a meaningful story to you.
Yeah, actually that's a really good Jeopardy question. I don't know if I can use a lifeline, but I don't think I need it for this one.
No lifelines.
Yeah, so no, here's a real life story. So obviously we've got 18 offices, and for every acquisition that we do, I try to do a CEO face-to-face town hall. So I recently visited all four offices in Alberta and Saskatchewan with a recent Lydale acquisition, and hit four cities in 4 days. So was jumping around a lot of airports and hotels. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about there is obviously we called in all the frontline workers, all the office personnel, so everyone. It was a mandatory town hall meeting, and really it was an opportunity for me to share my vision and sort of really calm the waters a bit in terms of the anxiety, because people will have it's natural to be nervous and feel anxiety about, holy cow, we just got acquired, what's going to happen to us. So as I was doing all of these town halls, and I did the same for the Universal acquisition, was them feeling involved in the process and the initial communication right off the bat came across as uh, very very welcoming, as well as like very surprising in terms of, wow, we've never actually done a town hall before, or no one's actually spoken the truth about future vision like this before. So it was really an excellent experience in terms of getting to know everyone, getting a lot of questions on the table right away in terms of what are your initial concerns, and who better to hear from than right from the top. So really enjoyed that. It's part of my DNA in terms of being proactive and connecting with our team members. But yeah, no, they felt like it was like, oh, wow, this has never happened before, and this is great. So really set the tone, and yeah, no, it was an excellent sort of welcoming moment in terms of it's never been done before. They didn't know what to expect, and I sort of, broke the ice in terms of, we are going to take what's been great and we're going to make it even greater. So, don't be alarmed about your jobs or, next steps here. We've got all these technology tools that I, rambled off earlier in terms of those plugs, but we're going to try to see how do we make your job better in terms of, using DocuSketch for pre and post demo, so you can cut down 2 to 3 hours of back and forth driving time, and ultimately, improving margins and focusing on other productive work. So, when I talked about a lot of the other tools that we use at head office, they're going, wow. So again, they're seeing this advancement or graduation into the next level of their game by using technology and some of the other tools that's out there right now with sort of quasi AI tools. They're like, wow, like this is the A team I want to be on, and just seeing the excitement, and I thought that was pretty heart touching. So
That is awesome. And there's so much
yeah,
technology out there. It can be hard to wade through the options and figure out what's best. And then you have to have a good team to implement and teach and onboard and all of those things. So that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay, G, thank you so much. Anything else that you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, I just want to just do excuse me, one more plug before we go. See that Vancouver Canucks jersey back there? Let's go Canucks!
I love it. I guess I'm going to say go Bruins at this point. I don't really have a big horse left in the race. The Red Wings. We
Oh, oh
don't
yeah,
even
yeah,
talk about them right now.
yeah,
So
yeah. Red Wings who?
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
live in Hockey Town, but you wouldn't know it these days. We have some continued work to do here, but that's okay.
yeah. You'll
Well,
get
G,
there.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. All right. Well, G, thank you so much for being here. It was great to meet you at RA. I look forward to seeing you at other industry events. Congrats on all the success of Canstar, and I look forward to seeing what other acquisitions you have kind of in the works that will come out in the future.
All right, well, stay tuned, and talk to you soon.
For more Restoration Today and the latest news, visit our website, cnrmagazine.com, and find the latest episodes of the Restoration Today podcast on your favorite podcasting platform.